What if the space you fear most is the very space that could heal you? There's a grief that comes with throwing something away. Small, almost imperceptible at first, but it lingers, unspoken like the weight of a forgotten memory. An old pair of shoes with cracked soles, a coffee cup chipped in the corner, a magazine curling at the edges. To the untrained eye, they are just things. But for some of us, these objects are far more than just things. They are fragments of a past we cannot bear to part with. What if letting go wasn't about loss, but about becoming lighter? When you've been neglected, when you've grown up in a world that offered little comfort, the objects you hold on to become more than inanimate possessions. They are survivors of a history that was otherwise abandoned. When no one saw you, you saw them. When no one held you, you held on to them, giving them a love and attention that you never received. And so throwing them away isn't just about releasing clutter, it's about releasing the grief that's buried underneath. The grief of a lost childhood, the grief of moments that should have been safe but weren't. The grief of all the times you were left alone. Throwing something away is never just an act of decluttering. It's an act of emotional surrender. It's as if you're betraying something. Yourself, your past, the versions of you that are still clinging to those items for comfort. It's easy for others to say, just let go. To some, it might feel like a simple task, a trip to the donation box, a few boxes emptied, a few bags dropped off. But for some, this isn't just a physical task. It's a spiritual and emotional one. The guilt, the shame, the wrongness, they are layers of an unspoken burden we carry, often without realizing it. But here's where the transformation begins. It's not in the things themselves. The healing doesn't start with a donation box or a garbage bag. It starts from the inside out. The work is not in discarding objects. It's in undoing the belief systems that have attached your worth to them. Objects become vessels, carrying the weight of your unhealed wounds. But once you begin to heal from the inside, you'll realize that those objects are no longer needed as emotional placeholders. They can simply become what they were always meant to be: things. Things that can be kept if they serve you, or things that can be released when they no longer do. The key isn't to force yourself into release. It's to reframe your attachment. It's about giving the care, the love, the nurturing, the patience to yourself. What you have projected onto these objects, responsibility, rescue, care, can be reclaimed. For it was never about the shoes or the coffee cup or the pile of receipts. It was always about you, the part of you that needed rescuing, the part of you that needed to be cared for. And once you start giving that care to yourself, the grip that objects have on your heart begins to loosen. You'll find that the clutter starts to release itself, not because you forced it, but because you no longer need to fill the spaces with the weight of everything you've been carrying. So, what if the space you fear most, the space you think you're about to lose, is the very space that will allow you to heal, to breathe, and to finally let go of the things that have held you hostage for far too long? What if that empty space is where your freedom begins?